What?
How did you feel when you like regenerated when you left the show?
Maybe my steps. How did I feel? Well, I wasn't happy really. Although an actor's life is leaving shows, things leave you, you keep changing your life all the time. And I mean, since Doctor Who, I've had the most glorious and adventurous career, which I love doing. So in a way, if I hadn't left the show, I would have worked in King Lear with Ian McKellen, not playing the spoons in King Lear. I wouldn't have been the Mikado in Gilbert Sullivan's Mikado, playing the spoons as a Mikado. I wouldn't have been in The Hobbit, trying to get the spoons in The Hobbit. Anyway, so I'm glad it's good I left.
I think there's a young lady here, yes?
If you could be any character in Doctor Who besides who you play, who would you be?
Ooh, any other character? Let me think. Really difficult, this one. Can't think. Well, obviously, apart from the Sylvester McCoy Doctor, yeah, the Master would be quite good. Scottish actors. Who's Michelle Gomez?
Yeah.
Did they contact you, or did you audition and want to do Radagast? How did that happen?
Oh, that's a long story. Let's go for a walk. Follow me. See, what happened was, 12 or 14 years before, I was actually out for Bilbo Baggins in The Lord of the Rings. It got down to 2 actors, because they had about maybe 6 actors. We screen tested, and then over months they were deciding which, what to do, and they decided eventually there were only 2 actors left, and I was one of them. But then, as we all know, I didn't get the part, but he, someone else did, whatever his name is, a great actor. Anyway, he got the part, but that's when they first noticed me. So cut to, after, I then toured the world with King Lear, Ian McKellen, Gandalf, you've heard of him? Yeah. Anyway, Gandalf and we toured the world and doing King Lear, and we went to New Zealand, and Peter Jackson came along, and he saw us, and he saw me, and he invited me to his home, and we got to know me, and that was the second step towards being Radagast the Brown. And then, what's his name? Guillermo del Toro was going to direct it, but he didn't know who I was, so they asked me if I would screen test for Radagast the Brown, and I did, and Guillermo del Toro looked at the screen test and said, C. So he saw me and said, C. Anyway, so that was good. He liked what I did, so I was in, but then he left because of, running out of time, because there was problems with money in America. Some company or other was running out of money, and they were going to make James Bond or The Hobbit. Luckily, someone of sense came along and gave them the money, and they did. So, now it's Peter Jackson who's back in charge, and of course he wanted to be in it originally, so he offered me the part. And he said to me, he was really nice. He took me, he's got a place in London, and I went to have tea with him, and he said to me, he was just chatting away, and he said, look, we'd love to offer you the part of Radagast. Would you do it? How could I bite his hand off? How could he do it? But, he was doing it so sweetly and nicely. Oh yes, I think I would do the part. Anyway, I rushed home to look at it up in the book, and I couldn't find it anywhere, so luckily it turned out to be a better part than the book. Over to you.
Thank you. Right, next.
This is for both of you. Who's your favorite enemy of the Doctor?
Ooh, favourite enemy?
Is that not a contradiction in terms? Favourite enemy.
Is that an oxymoron?
Hated enemy.
I think Davros, because the Dalek's still for me, but Davros,
Yes.
I had to switch something on my wheelchair.
Yeah, for me it was the Master, my Master. I mean, the actor, a wonderful, glorious man. The only problem was he actually believed he was the Master. So that was a bit frightening. So he was frightening even before we started. And we were doing Against Survival, we keep talking about that one. in the desert of Dorset. It was so hot. I had that damn jumper with lots of question marks all over it. And I was, you know, kind of sweating, and I was battling him, and he had been given a femur, a big bone, and he was supposed to hit me with it. Only he was supposed to act. He forgot to act and he hit me with it. So, that wasn't nice. And also, they said everyone's eyes had to be turned into cat's eyes, so other people had gone to the opticians and they had their contact lenses fitted, and they said, but you don't need it. And then, on the day of the shooting, they suddenly said, oh my God, you do need it. So they had to borrow someone else's contact lenses and stick them in my eyes. I was in agony. And I was getting beaten up by the master. So, you know, I don't like him, really. What do you need?
Okay, I have got a brilliant ace here.
Hello, Ace.
Question.
Ace!
Ace, see? Here she is. Right, what do you want to ask?
My question was for Sylvester. What was it like to work with Sophie Aldred?
Oh, it was great. It was absolutely, it is great. She came into the set on first day, and we just hit it off. We became firm friends, and she laughed at all my jokes, and she still does. I mean, that's above and beyond the Call of Duty, I'm telling you. All these years, 28 years or whatever, 26, 5 years, she's been laughing at my joke. But we just had the same kind of, love for life, interest, politics, food, all sorts of stuff. We just hit it off and became firm friends. So it was great. And she was wonderful, as Ace. Still is, because we do them on Big Finish, ladies and gentlemen. Selling in the shop near you. Anyone else? You.
The doctor always has strange food choices like, fish fingers and custard and jelly babies. Do you, as the doctor, have a favorite food?
Deep fried Mars bar.
Yeah, that fine Scottish
That's a
delicacy.
great delicacy from Scotland, I'm telling you. Aye.
Great with salt and sauce.
Aye, that's it. Deep fried Mars bar. It'll kill you as soon as you can eat it.
Deep fried.
It's amazing there are any Scots living, really. I mean, we have got the most appalling kind of taste in food. The only thing I think keeps us going is whiskey and porridge, isn't it?
Yeah.
If it weren't for that, there wouldn't be any Scots. There wouldn't be any Sean Connery. Oh yeah, I'm Sean Connery.
Do you think that there will ever be a female doctor?
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the next female Doctor Who!
Absolutely brilliant. I'm going to travel through time and space and make everything chintzy.
Chintzy inside the...
They stylies everywhere.
This one is for both of you. When you heard that you gotten the character that you wanted, what was the first thing that went through your mind?
I was delighted, really. It was very strange. I got the part on the Monday, and on the Thursday, they flew me out from Britain to Georgia, to Atlanta, to a Doctor Who convention. I'd never heard of these things. We didn't have them much in Britain. And so I got the part. I arrived in Georgia in a heat wave. For the people of Georgia, it was too hot. And there were loads of blokes wandering around as the fourth Doctor. They had these big scarves on, big coats, big hats, and they were melting in front of me. But the women were, they were much more sensible. They were all dressed up like Leela. A bit of chamois here and a bit of chamois there. And they were rather large ladies. But anyway, it was very interesting.
Okay, I know that the memory of this thing has probably been forgotten by a lot of Doctor Who fans, but Sylvester, can you tell us about working on the infamous 1993 special Dimensions in Time?
Oh, what was that one? You see, remember, it has gone.
Well, it was the one where they tried to get every actor who had played the Doctor up till now.
Oh, that was for a charity too, wasn't it? That was appalling, wasn't it? And then we got EastEnders. Oh, it was for children in need. I mean, the children didn't need it, I can tell you. It was so bad. It was, the only great thing about that was I got to work with Louise Jameson, Leela. And
She's wonderful.
yes, lovely. She's lovely, lovely, lovely. As well, she will. Anyway, she's great. So, and we were doing this 3D filming, which didn't really work, but it was a German invention. And what they'd had was a camera with lots of wires. And they put us, Leela and I were like this, and the cameraman, and they had to keep the camera moving to get the 3D effect. And they had various things in between us to give the depth. But the camera kept going around us as we were talking like this. And as we got around, and then the wires started to wrap around us. So I ended up at the end of it, I was like this. And I thought, well, this is one of the best roles I've ever had. So that was the one good thing about that terrible thing. Thank you for reminding us.
How did it feel to be a part of the Tolkien mythos?
Oh, wow!
We have a gent here, hold on.
And Eve, before you guys ask, one more
Hey,
question.
you got a amazing voice.
Don't worry, I want to just create, we have 5 minutes left, so one more question, then you guys come up, we'll have a photo op for everybody, we can do a selfie with the whole audience, and we'll, unfortunately, we have to end the panel then, but there's still 5 minutes, so.
Okay, well this gent had his hand up for 2 seconds. Right, come on.
Yeah, I have a close relative who's a girl who's out, who's gay, and she's very inspired by Vastra and Jenny's relationship. And I was wondering what kind of feedback you got as an actress as part of that relationship and portraying that as maybe a groundbreaking couple in a science fiction TV show.
I've had nothing but positive feedback from and that makes me very, very happy with the human race.
No, you can ask a question, you have to ask a question.
What's one of your favorite lines from the show?
One of my favorite lines. Ace!
Who is your favorite person to hang out with in real life from Doctor Who?
Oh, that's a hard one. I mean, lots of them really. I delight in hanging out with Colin Baker and Peter and Paul and Mary. I know it's a terrible job, but I have to do it, and that low. It's Sophie and Mel and all of them really, and Neve and I have to say that she was taller than me. Anyway, and all sorts of people. Anyway, here we are back up here.
Why don't you guys stand right in the middle so everybody can get a great picture?
All right, yes, okay, hang on. I'd like to do a selfie myself. If I can get my phone, can I give you that? I'll just do this technology, which means I'll be 3 hours, and do that, and do that, and Eve and I, can we? Yeah, come here.